So the first thing I want to do is solve for the domain. So I'm going to take my denominator, which is 4x minus 6, and set equal to 0. I add 6 to both sides. I get 4x equals 6, so x equals 6/4, which we definitely want to simplify to 3/2. So my domain is x equals, doesn't equal 3/2. This is also my vertical asymptote. So my vertical asymptote is x equals 3/2. I'm just going to sketch this in real quick. Right here, it's 1 1/2. Next, I want to find my vertical asymptote. Sorry, my horizontal asymptote. The degree of my numerator is 1. The degree of my denominator is 2. I'm sorry, the degree of my denominator is 1. So I'm going to look at the ratio of my leading coefficients. My horizontal asymptote is y equals 2/4, which we want to simplify to 1/2. Now I can go ahead and look for my x and y intercepts. So to find my x-intercept, I let y equal 0. So I have 0 is 2x over 4x minus 6. I go ahead and multiply both sides by 4x minus 6. So I get 0 is 2x, so I get x equals 0. So my x-intercept is when x is 0, y is 0. Sketch that in, label that in a different color. Then we can go ahead and solve for our y-intercept, which is going to be the same as our x-intercept, but let's see. Y-intercept is when x equals 0, so I have y equals 2 times 0 over 4 times 0 minus 6. I get 0 over a negative 6, which is 0. So my y-intercept is when x is 0, y is 0, the origin same as before. Let's go ahead and label that. Now, in order to graph this function, I need to find a couple points on each side of my vertical asymptote. This is an odd degree rational function, so the end behavior will be opposite. Let's go ahead and make some room to find those values. Oh, why did it change color? There we go. So let's pick some x values. Let's pick when x is -2, -1. You know what? Let's not do -2. Sorry about that. Let's pick when x is -1, 0, which we know already is when y is 0, 1, and then when x is 2 and 3, that's the other side of our vertical asymptote. So I have 2 times -1 over 4 times -1 minus 6. That gives me -2 over a -4 minus 10, minus 6. That gives me a -2 over, sorry, I got distracted, -10. That simplifies to a positive 1/5. So let's go ahead and graph that. Next, I have when x is 1, 2 times 1 is 2 over 4 minus 6. So I get 2 over -2, which is a -1. Graph that. When x is, and then you can plot the left-hand side. Now let's find when x is 2. That gives me 4 over 8 minus 6, which is 4 over 2, which is 2. So when x is 2, y is 2. Plot that point. Next, when x is 3, that gives me 6 over 12 minus 6, which is 6 over 6, which is 1. Plot that point as well and graph that in behavior.